Hi, and welcome to part 2 of the reserve study calculation video. In the last video, we calculated fully funded and HOA's percent funding, along with how to determine the future cost of an HOA, or the components of an HOA. Today, we're going to be discussing how to do a distribution of association funds and calculate the required annual contribution per component. So the distribution is easy to get. You're just going to start first with the component that has the shortest remaining life. In this case, it's going to be the asphalt seal, and that number is going to be the fully funded amount. So you're just going to, of the 30,000 that the association has, you're first going to distribute the funds to the component with the smallest remaining life, and continue that until you run out of money. We know we're going to run out of money because in this hypothetical situation, it's only 71% funded. So the next item in line with the remaining life is going to be landscaping. We're going to equal that fully funded amount. And I'm keeping track. Obviously, when we do this in a real reserve study, we have a software that does this for us. But in Excel, you're just going to keep track of how much you're putting in, because we know we're going to run out. The association only has 30,000. We've already given 12 to asphalt sealing and 2,800 to landscaping. Okay, next in line is painting. We're just going to copy that fully funded amount over. Okay, and last, and this one's where we're going to run out of money. This is going to be 26,000 for asphalt overlay. That's not due for 22 years. So we need to know how much we have left. So we're just going to take an equal sum. We're going to get our number for this. Okay, so we've already distributed 15,500 to these three. We want the additional funds left over to go into asphalt overlay. So this distribution won't be equal to the fully funded amount. It's going to be equals the association funds minus what we've already distributed in the other items. So we should, if the association was fully funded, we would be able to put 26,000, which is the fully funded amount for the overlay. But we're only 71% funded. So we only were able to put in 14, a little, 14.5 thereabout towards the asphalt overlay. In order to calculate the required annual contribution on a per component item, we're going to use the payment method. And I've snipped it over here. Again, Excel makes it really nice to use those financial calculations that we can just alter a little bit for reserve funding. So following the instructions, and this calculation is a financial calculation. We use it mostly if you want to find out how much your mortgage is going to be or how much your car payment's going to be. We're going to alter it a little bit for reserve studies in Excel, but that's where it comes from. So some of the items won't match up exactly, but at the end we're going to get our perfect calculation out of it. So equals PMT, which is payment, open parentheses, the rate, that would be the interest rate. In this case, there isn't any. We're just doing straight line funding, so we're going to put in 0%. Number of periods. So number of periods remaining until this item is due. In this case, we're doing painting. It's going to be the remaining life. Okay. And in the formula, it's asking for the present value, but in our case, using reserve studies, we're going to put in the future liability as a negative number. So we're going to do negative, and then in order to find the future liability, I'm going to open up a second parentheses. The future liability is how much we have to come up with in that remaining life. So we're going to take our future cost minus how much we've already put in towards that, which is the distribution. Close that parentheses, close it again, and enter. Okay, so this formula is saying that every year, $847 should go towards painting, so that in 6 years, we're going to have a total amount of 57, thereabouts 5,800. So let's test this. We're going to have equals, open that parentheses, the required contribution times the 6 years remaining plus how much we've already put in that account. Okay. Open that a little bit wider. And this should equal this, which it does. Okay. And since we did everything in kind of linear cells, we can just wait for that black cross and pull it all the way down. And all that auto populates, and we equals, sum that up. Now, every year, the association needs to contribute $14,099 in order to meet all these future cost obligations that they have to. Okay, and that's it for distribution and required annual contribution.